day 155 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, welcome back to another day, another LeetCode problem. This time we're at day 155. Today we're doing some more easy hash map problems. We're going to do about a month of these easy hash map problems. We already did a month of easy strings and we did a month of easy arrays. So if you missed those, go ahead and check those out in the previous videos. I made some playlists for them so you can find them a little easier. But now we're doing a month of hash maps because we want to really strengthen our fundamentals and foundation and build it so we can have a foundation to build off of when we get started on these harder and medium problems, y'all. After we do these easy hash maps, we're going to move on to the LeetCode top 150 interview questions, and then those questions there is some more medium and harder questions. But before we get started on those, we want to make sure that we have a strong foundation to build off of, and we really understand the fundamentals of the work that we're going to have to continue doing as we continue on our LeetCode journey down doing these medium and harder problems, y'all. So I know y'all want to get into these medium problems, but bear with me, y'all. We're almost done. We really want to strengthen our fundamentals so we can have a strong foundation to build off of. Now, with all that being said, y'all, don't forget, bring your mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. Then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we could run up this engagement and we could push this content out to a broader audience, y'all. As Swift community members, it's up to us to help the community to grow. And in order to do that, we have to share this Swift content with as many people as we can find that will actually watch it, y'all. So y'all support is appreciated with that. Now, with all that being said, y'all, let's get into the question. And today we have question number 202, happy number. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well, because we're all here trying to learn something. And if you don't understand the solution, then you probably didn't learn anything, and that is not what we want when we are on this channel. So let's see what the question says. It says, write an algorithm to determine if a number is happy. A happy number is a number defined by the following process. Starting with any positive integer, replace the number by the sum of the square of its digits. Repeat the process until the number equals 1, where it will stay, or loops endlessly in a cycle which does not include 1. Those numbers for which this process ends in 1 are happy. Return true if n is a happy number and false is not. So let's look at example 1 so we can see what they're talking about, because I understand how the question could be a little hard to understand as well. So let's look at the example. Example 1, we have input 19, the output is true, the explanation says. So what we're doing is we have 19, right? So we have to split 19 up into 1 and 9 because those are the 2 digits that we're working with in 19, and we have to square them and then add them together. So yeah, I don't really know how to write the squared operator right here, so we're just gonna we just do it like this. Let me just come back over here. So 1 squared is gonna give us 1, right? Boom. 9 squared is gonna give us 81. So we say plus 81 is gonna equal 82. So now we're gonna do the same thing for 82. We're gonna take the 8 and square it, and we're gonna take the 8 and square it, then we're gonna take the 2 and square it, right? So 8 squared is 64. So boom, we put the 64 right here, and then plus 2 squared is 4, so it'll be 4, and 64 plus 4 is gonna give us 68. Then we have to do the same thing for 68. So 6 squared is gonna give us 36, and then 8 squared is going to give us 64. 36 plus 64 is going to give us 100. Then we have to do the same thing for 100, right? So 1 squared is going to give us 1. Boom, 1 squared is going to give us 1. Then 0 squared is going to give us 0. And 0 squared, again, both of these are going to give us 0. So 1 plus 0 is going to equal 1. And that's what we want, because that means it's a happy number, right? The process ends in 1, and this is the one that we're looking for. So that means it's a happy number, and that means we can return true. That's why the output is true, right? Now let's look at example 2 where it will not be a happy number, right? So y'all. In example 2, input n equals 2, the output is false. So n equals 2 because n squared will give us 4, and that would be the end of the cycle. And 4 is not equal to 1. The cycle or the process did not end in 1. It ended in 4, for example 2. So that's why the output is false. So example 1, we went through the whole process, it ended in 1. Example 2, we go through the whole process, it's just going to end in 4. That's why the output is false. My bad, y'all. So now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the part that keeps us going in the morning, the actual code. And it's not that difficult, y'all, not at all, not even a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to declare a variable. We're going to call that num. So, excuse me, y'all. We're gonna set that equal. We're gonna set that equal to n. Then we're gonna declare another variable called dict. That's gonna be our dictionary that we're working with. We're gonna cast that. That's gonna be a dictionary of integers. So say int colon int, and we're going to initialize it with a blank dictionary by saying equals square brackets with a colon in the middle, right? Empty dictionary. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to say while num does not equal 1. We're going to continue. We're going to make sure we loop through this. We're going to loop through this cycle as long as while num does not equal 1, we're going to loop through this cycle endlessly until it equals 1. If that day never comes and it doesn't equal 1, then we'll return false. But when that day does come and it does equal 1, then we'll return true, right? So while num does not equal 1, we have to create a system that we could loop through, right? So we're going to say if dict, open up the square brackets, num equals 1. We're going to, excuse me, y'all. Say does not equal num. We're gonna say if dict nums does not equal nil. Open up the brackets. Then we're going to say return false. We're gonna come down here and we're going to say else. Excuse me, y'all. Get rid of this period right here. We're gonna say else dict. Open up the square brackets, num equals 1. Then we're going to come underneath the while loop. Outside of the while loop, we're going to declare a variable called str. We're going to set that equal to a string of num. Then we're going to come down underneath that, declare another variable called sum. We're going to set that equal to 0. We're going to come underneath that and we're going to say if I and str, which we just created right here, for I and str, we're gonna say open up the brackets. We're gonna say if let val equals int, open up the parentheses, string, open up some more parentheses, I. We're gonna say come outside of those parentheses, put a bracket, and we're gonna say sum plus equals val times val. Then we're going to come down underneath that for loop and we're going to say num equals sum. Then we're going to come underneath that and we're just going to say return true. If all that fails, we're going to return true. Or if all that is not if all that fails, if all that succeeds, we're going to return true. So let's run it. Make sure it runs. See how it runs. Make sure everything is running smoothly and it's accepted, y'all. So let's submit it. Make sure it stays submitted because you never know with LeetCode. You know, oh, look at that, y'all. Those are some good numbers right there. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users with Swift, y'all. Now that's some perfect timer right there. That's faster than a Bugatti riding past all the brokies on the highway, y'all. Now, that's what I like to see. Y'all. So I hope y'all learned something today. Get one more look at the code. Don't forget this true at the bottom. And yeah, man, I hope y'all learned something today. And I hope to see y'all tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. Peace.